I wanted to put a message out to the BLOODS about that stupid book that's associated with that gang, 48 Rules to Power. I glanced over it years and years and years ago because somebody recommended it to me, an artist that I was working for, printing t-shirts for. I think some other guy I knew, some black guy from Jersey, he might have mentioned reading that before too. And I find it like cultish. And like the fact the other guy like lent me the book or wanted me to read it, was like, all I remember from it is it had a rule that said don't outshine the master. And to me, that's like pedo pimp logic and Satan like twisted logic. With like, that's no good logic, and that's not even beyond logic. That's not what God and Jesus said. And that's not what are these guys doing? That's not what God and Jesus would have you do. Jesus said, and you will do even greater works than me. And he's like, you must shine brighter than the sun. Jesus is not like trying to discourage you, like, don't be better than me. Like, he did say, he accepts you, come as you are, and he saves sinners. But if you're like really, really like clean, getting clean and like being refined and learning more about the Lord, you gotta realize, like, he's not like that, is all I'm saying, okay? He's like, you will do greater things than me. So don't outshine the master, to me, is like, I've heard of this in, like, child molester. I see this as child molestership from, like, Muerte's gangbanger, like, again, cults, gangbang, cult abuse, SRA, SA, MK Ultra, KKK, Muerte's CCP, virology, consortiums, NIH, CDC, Klaus Schwab, WEF, Bill Gates, Bilderbergs, Balaamite, Bohemian Grove, kid fuckers, Adrenochrome, Epstein Island, P. Diddy ass motherfuckers, Oprah, fucking child swindling, fake John of God in prison for life for being a slave dealer. Oh, you black people and non-white slave dealer people are the worst ones. Now, they're all bad. But the white people were the last ones, like, who I think, like, supposed to, like, legally have slaves and it was abolished in the 1800s. And I'm pretty sure it was abolished in the whole world at some point after that. And, by a while ago. That's why I particularly hate slavery. I know God doesn't want to have to put people into bondage. He doesn't like it. When he put Israel into bondage under the Moabites for 400 years, he said in the Bible, he said Israel had become evil again. So, like, then he, like, put them under a harsh government that was a neighboring foreign government. He put them under their rule, and they had like a iron, like, you know what I mean? Like, they were like a harsh bondage. Like, Egypt was a harsh bondage for the Israelites there that became slaves. And now there's still the greater exodus, God had said, and it started in 2023, and he said the United States will go first and every country to follow. Recently on Julie Green, he said that Canada is in some type of police state bondage, and that the United States is going to have to go there and basically like step in and like set them free from like a weird police state that's like running their country somehow. Anyway, don't outshine the master, I think, is like that type of thing. The guys that, I never got to the point, these like guys, they get jealous of their own kids, but they like beat their kids, they beat their sons and like rape their sons and, oh, don't do it better than me, blah 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 blah, you know, like, or that Italian guy with the, you know, with the spaghetti sauce on his shirt, blah, 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 I'm gonna beat you, Johnny, you know, for no reason, and like overly brutal people, and they just hate their kids. I'm like, I hate you, I hate my kid. But I feel like those guys would be like, don't try to match it. So some of these Puerto Ricans and Latino people that I talked to in the past, to me it seemed like they had, some of them, it's not all of them, but some of their culture, at least enough of it that it's something that's been replicated. Like, it's like, oh, there's X amount of them that are Muerte's gangbangers, there's X amount of them that pimp kids in trap houses. There's X amount of them that deal cocaine. Now it became heroin and fentanyl the last few decades. Like, you know, there's certain subgroups of cultures or national, whatever, races. They're racing. No, they're not. Those cars look like they're super fast, and those guys are barely have their feet on the gas. So, anyway, those people, I think, that's like Satan shit, is like, again, abuse shit, like, don't do better than me, I get envious, I hate you anyway. I hate you as you are if you're not doing better than me. Don't do better than me. Maybe it's like people trying to train fear in a cult and a BLOODS and etc. Whoever uses that book as some type of brainwashing, you know, to, oh, no, don't be afraid that you'll be envied and da. God is jealous in a good way because it's a protective, vengeful jealousy. He protects the ones he loves, and he will get jealous if a foreign no-God tries to take your fucking soul or life and rip you off. And he will intervene for his people, especially if they're ignorant. Like the example of she sold her soul for $5. She was sold for a beer. You know, there's things that happen in the past with people selling kids and trying to sell them or their souls. Apparently P. Diddy and them were involved in this too, but it's one of the sins of Babylon also. The sins of Babylon include overcostliness, sorcery. I gotta go. I'm not gonna get into any more of this, but you get the point. The other thing is, real quick, that AA, they admit to a higher power, and they promote that, but they also say alcohol and addiction is a disease that has no cure, and that's not true, because God can cure every single addiction, and every single disease, and every affliction. God can do anything, is actually the real truth. And that's part of the good report and the good news. There's different things we're supposed to know that the Lord has already done and achieved for us, that we're supposed to just agree with him and demand it and accept it. And if you ever encounter something other than that, he says to see it as an illusion and you just wait for it to pass, I guess. But ultimately, diseases and stuff, you know, they really shouldn't have any power over you, and they're all curable. He said very soon you'll see that all diseases will be curable. I mean, they technically kind of already are, if you really take that attitude and take the good report. Don't spread the evil report. Don't try to put sicknesses on people. Don't tell them that their body's limited, because it's not just about the body. Alright? God has medicine you don't even know about, he says. Alright. BLOODS, 48 rules of power. Don't outshine the master. Fuck that. Well, I heard the BLOODS don't even have a leader. So, that's weird too. Alright, praise the Lord nonetheless.